Hey, what's going on? Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Hope you all having a great day. I myself having a good day, and I'm here giving you a live before I go to my work tonight. And you see it, it's Mrs. Social Corner. Yes, it's about that time to talk about some social events. Yeah, I see the thumbnail. So some of the people you see on the screen is what I will be talking about, and probably a little bit more. But hey, what's up? Hold up. How y'all doing? If you're new to my channel, make sure I say, hey, how you doing? And whatnot. I hope you enjoy the content. And please hit the subscribe button and like the video. Hey, shine bright like a diamond. You're beautiful like diamond in the sky. Yes, I got my studious glasses today, y'all. I'm going studious. The glasses, reading glasses today. How y'all doing? Hope you all having a good day. And whatnot, child. We got so much stuff going on in social media or whatnot. Hey, I try to keep up as much as possible. Y'all know who follow me for a while. Usually, sometimes these celebrity news and stuff like that, I don't be too involved into it. I just see it, save it, and when I do get a chance to talk about it, I get a chance to talk about it because I know people will be like so quick. It's up. I said, I'll take my time. But we will get into it. So, a couple things first. Shows we continue to watch along. So, if you have not on my Discord, please follow my Discord. My Discord link is down in the description box. And you can do watch along with me. We is watching the Atlanta Housewives, watching the Real Housewives of Rhode Island. We are watching Bell Collective Birmingham. We have finished watching $1 Million Secret. That was on Netflix. That was on season 2. It was so good. If you did not watch it, please watch it. It's like a competition show where a person is randomly selected as a millionaire, and they try to do missions and agendas to try to keep their identity a secret and whatnot. And then other people, contestants, got to try to find out who's the millionaire. And whoever had their hands in $1 million at the end of that social experiment, whatever it is, will be the millionaire. So it was really good. It's 2 seasons. It's on Netflix. I enjoy it and whatnot. I wish they do another season of The Trust because I reviewed that, and that was just a good show too. But that's that. And I watched some other mini shows as well. Y'all know we are a month away from Love Island. It's over a couple of weeks. We will about to see the contestants soon. I like they close to the end of this month. We will see who they are. So y'all know a month in June, July is Love Island down. So we're going to be on it. We're going to be watching it almost every day. We're going to be reviewing it on a weekly basis. And because I don't do every episode review. I'll wait for like a couple episodes, then I'll do a review. And we do a live, we talk about it. So that, and then we will be watching Love Island USA and Love Island UK. But I only go review the USA version. I'm not going to review the UK version. UK is for entertainment, and US is entertainment also and review. All right, because I live in the U.S., so it is what it is. But that and the next book for next week, because we will resume another book. Because thanks for everybody who's watching, and thanks to new people who'll be watching and make a commentary on my book thing of the 10,000 Hours with Rich Menace by Jaquel. I forgot his last name. But that was good by Jaquel. It was so good. So good. So thank people who make comments, who are subscribed to my channel, who like the book series. So we will continue on that. And the next book will be a psychological thriller because I like thriller and suspense book. I always used to love mysteries and the hood books and hood stories, and definitely the mysteries. That used to be my favorite genre to watch. To do it would be The Teacher by Frida McFadden. Many of y'all probably already read that book already. I have it, so that will be the next book. So we will start that next week. And next week also will be the review of Housewife Atlanta and Real Housewife of Long Island. So it'll probably be two separate live streaming. But hey, CM Boo, how you doing? What's going on? How you been? How's the week going? Somebody came before y'all, but I blocked that person because I don't know whether that person was sincere or not. I know it's a troll. I feel like it's a troll, so I blocked and removed the comments. I know that's right. We all right. All right, so hopefully live could have some spice to it and some enjoyment, and let's get into it. So we about to do our first. We're gonna do like a little scenario. Cause you know I like the little scenarios sessions. Whether it's true or not, it is what it is. So we do 6 pound chicks, and I know some of those scenarios be like way out of here. So I'll go do a scenario that I read on Twitter, and then have a good discussion about it. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna read it, and then we can have our commentary about it. All right, or you can comment while reading it. My new husband's daughter disrespected me right in front of my family. Oh, child. Don't you don't you hate or dislike when you are married to somebody who has a child already and they are disrespectful for you, and then the person may or may not defend you, but we'll see how that goes. When I finally spoke up, he shut me down. See, especially when they adult, he shut me down, saying she's not your daughter. And that was my quick exit. But well, let's go. She's not your daughter. Don't try to parent her. I just smiled, and the next morning I quietly removed every bit of support, tuition, the car, and everything else. I know that's right. Because what we're not gonna do, if I can't parent her or whatever it is as a step parent, or you married to me, then they don't need my finance. All on you, boo. All right, let's move. Let's talk about it. I was still holding a damp dish towel when he said it. One sentence, and the whole house felt unfamiliar. I'm from Carmel, Indiana. I already survived one marriage that taught me what quiet disrespect feels like. The slow kind that makes you useful but invisible. It was the Sunday before Thanksgiving. My sister Patricia bought her green bean casserole. My brother-in-law Ron watched the Colts game. My son Ethan had just arrived from Fisher's. The table was set. The house smelled like home. Everything looked normal until Ashley arrived. Late. Ashley is 20. Oh, child, 20 years old. Polished, sharp, and very used to life working in her favor. She walks in, dropped her purse, opened the fridge, and said without looking at me, "Hi, Diane." I smiled anyway. For almost a year, I've been choosing my moments. Greg always said she was adjusting. Okay, she adjusting. Dinner started polite. Then Ashley set her fork down and looked at my sister. So how long has Diane been running things like this? It feels like she's acts like it's her house. I well, that is her house. What you acting like? What you talking about? You don't pay no bills here. I said calmly, "This is my house." She smiled. Yeah, but let's be honest. You basically just the help here. The table was silent. My family heard it. My son heard it, and my husband heard it. Oh, so I'm the help. I'm somebody's wife, and you calling me the help. Okay, girl. Okay. What the husband got to say about it? I hope he said something about it. I set my fork down. Don't speak to me like that. Ashley rolled her eyes. See? You always corrected me. That's when Gwen leaned forward, not towards me, towards her. She's not your daughter, he said flatly. Don't try to parent her. I remember that sentence for the rest of my life. I didn't argue. I didn't raise my voice. I just nodded and said, okay. The rest of the dinner was painfully polite. The house felt stripped of warmth by the time everyone left. I cleaned the table alone. Greg never came to explain himself. Around midnight, I laid in bed, staring at the ceiling fan. No tears this time. No tears this time. Just cold clarity. If she wasn't my daughter, then why was I carrying so much for? Why was I carrying so much of her life? Mm, 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 mm. All right. I woke before sunrise, made coffee, opened a laptop at the kitchen island. I managed accounts. I know exactly what everything's connected: tuition, car lease, insurance, phone, sorority charges, miscellaneous transfers. Everything rested on me because it was easier for them that way. So it's crazy how you disrespect the person who handles all the finance and things like that of that nature. So she gonna come in and try to say I'm the help. Okay, I'm gonna show you what the help is. I didn't create chaos. I simply stepped back. I removed my payment method from the car lease, the insurance, the phone, the tuition portal. Click, confirm, done. My phone started buzzing almost immediately. Ashley, why is my car not working? Then, hello. A few minutes later, Greg came downstairs, checked his phone, and his face changed. What did you do? I placed the printer's pages, dates, accounts, totals in front of him. I stopped paying for the things that are in mine. I know that's right. I wasn't just being disrespectful. I was being dependent on by people who wanted the benefits without the respect. I'm 52. I learned that love and loyalty shouldn't mean becoming invisible in your own home. I built a life where I was dependable, generous, and useful until the moment they made it clear I didn't fully belong. So I stopped carrying what was never truly mine. The structure underneath it all becomes very clear once I stopped looking away. Quiet disrespect has expiration date. Mine arrived that Sunday, and I finally honored it. That was good. Like I said, whether it's fake or not, it is what it is. I just want to say that yes, you don't disrespect people who you know also is helping you out with a lot of things. You in school, sorority, all this stuff, expenses that I've helped paying for, and then you gonna come in the house and disrespect me and act like, and then the husband who's supposed to be on your side and defend you told you she's not your daughter. Don't try to parent her. I said okay, so I will remember that the next time you come in the house or whatever it is, or if I will be here when you she come back again, that I won't even say nothing. You the parent. You deal with everything. Anything she needs is on you. I'm not gonna be the person who carry or care so much about what's going on if you don't. So I understand sometimes why I feel like people don't want to get with relationship with people who have already have children because that dynamic is already imbalance. They want you to accept everything, accept with respect, but still do things for people. I said no. And I like how she They raise a voice, then scream, then yell. And sometimes that's dangerous because when they move in silence, they don't like that because it's too quiet. It's too silent. It's too, what are you thinking? What's going on? So, okay, I got you. Click. Why my car start working? Why this? I say, you're 20 years old. Figure it out yourself. You're adult now. I mean, technically, you're still supposed to take care of them until they're 21, but that's the father responsibility. Since I'm not your parent, and they gonna come down and say, "What did you do?" Y'all forgot I took care of the finance, right? Exactly. She a big kid now. Y'all forgot I took care of the finance, so you deal with that. And husband of mine, go ahead. Go ahead. That's your daughter. You take care of everything. I'm not taking care of not lick or one thing. Everything will be taken out. Giving them a seat, giving them all that. I just supposed to be a wife in the house. I can't parent the person I married, and they got a child. I bet you believe you trying to parent mine, because that's what comes as a unit, right? So she a big kid, she learned. They need to leave that husband. Yeah. Sometimes when people disrespect you, and I think she had expiration date, learn to not take it anymore and you move. Don't announce it. Don't say nothing. Don't give them time to prepare. Move in silence. Usually that like freak people out more than you try to announce it that you're going to be doing something. Unless nobody's a harm in the process, it is what it is. People might feel this might be hurt, but that's what we got to do. We ain't tolerate disrespect in 2026. But I just wanted to open up with that because I saw that and I read that. I said, that's right. Speaking of TV things and stuff like that, let's talk about this. Did y'all see? Oops. Y'all see? The Love and Hip Hop franchise is coming to the end. It's about time because I started watching Love and Hip Hop a long time ago anyway. And it's crazy. I had watched each one of these iterations. I watched in New York before. I watched Atlanta. I watched Miami. I watched Hollywood. And as though they had seasons that was so good and it was great to talk about. But it was other seasons that it was like, and it didn't the overall story. I thought it was obviously after Miami and Atlanta was canceled. Yes. Yeah, when they cancel, because Atlanta is on right now, but they said after this was the last season and they canceled Miami. So I said, yeah, that was coming to a close. It was coming to a close. It's going to end the franchise. It had a long run. Because Love and Hip Hop started around the time when the reality TV show was really becoming a thing. At that time, and at the early 2000s and stuff like that. That's what the reality TV show was like making its mark. And it was like so new and so fresh. So it was entertaining to watch, Jim Jones and Christy and Mama Jones and a lot of people, the early stages of New York. And New York was the first one and everything. So, and it's crazy that I had started watching Love and Hip Hop later than everybody else. Because usually I don't watch shows as it was everybody else was watching at the time. Because while everybody was talking about it, I had no idea what they were talking about. and then I watched it later, whatever, it was probably a year after or 2 years after it was going on, and then I start watching the series and see what they're talking about. And it's like, even though I was late to the party, I still was catching up and whatnot. Out of all the ones, I will say probably which one I like the best. I don't know. Would I say Atlanta or New York? I know. I probably would say I probably liked Atlanta more a little bit. I probably like Atlanta more than I like the rest of the other ones. But it's coming to the close. So they said the four they're gonna have a limited 6-part series of Love and Hip Hop, the final chapter. It will air in the fall. And to honor it, I will watch it because I think it might be interviews, it might be stars who's on the show talk about their experiences. They probably will talk about the best moments of viral moments of the series. And it was good to reminisce and talk about it. And in the chapter, even though I had stopped watching it, it'll be good. I miss the OG Hollywood before it got dumb. Exactly. Exactly. Well, Hollywood was good at that time. Then now it got all stupid. Oh yeah, yeah. Hollywood was good too when they had the original. And then people was like, "Oh my gosh." So VH1 has announced Love and Hip Hop: The Final Chapter, a 6-part limited series that marks the closing chapter of the franchises. The series will reflect on the show's impact, celebrate its key moments, address controversies, and examine its legacy. The series includes interviews with cast members from various cities, producers, and cultural critics, providing an in-depth look at its cultural significance. As the franchise enters its final chapter, fans can continue to tune in the current seasons of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, airing on Tuesdays on MTV at 8 p.m. 7 Central, and Love and Hip Hop Miami every Wednesdays on BET at 8, 7 Central. So y'all will be tuning in. I will tune in to the limited 6-part series, and we will talk about it and the freaking series. It'll be done. And like I said, even though I had stopped watching it, it was still part of our culture. It was still part of our history, and it had moments that we all talked about and enjoyed and discussed, and people were probably women back and forth with each other about these people. And even though a lot of people don't even know who they are, no, not know them personally, they still didn't stop discussing and having debates and whatnot. And I'm just tired of the long drawn out storylines and this and that, and people getting stupid, and it becoming more of fakeness, more so than authenticity that I was seeing, especially when it comes to reality TV. Reality TV at the beginning, it was so fresh and new, it was so raw. But then after a while, people start mastering the art, mastering, start knowing what's coming from production, coming from reality TV show, and how to play the game. So we could talk about how Yandy got everything she deserves, child. Because Yandy girl, I know people try it hard for you, but sometimes it can be hard for you at the points. But yeah, we can talk about that. We can talk about all that. All that foolishness and lying. Child, she was. And even though I didn't watch the current season, but I was seeing people talking about it, it's like, yeah. Let's stop, y'all. The pretending. That's what I say. As the years go by, it's the pretending. It's just start covering up and lying about things, about the foolishness, and it just started getting unreal. So reality TV shows becoming very more, especially as the years go by, we started realizing how more produced it is, how this was. I was like, yes, we don't know that production always plays a role in a lot of things, but you can tell when something is very heavy produced, then more than so they cut the cameras on, let people just show you who they are. It's like the early reality TV show was so raw. We see it like people's like this and that, even though it's production. It was so new. But as the years go by, people start playing the game. They learn how to play it. So it's like then they start being calculated. And that's where we start seeing the fakeness of people and whatnot. And then when they get caught out on it, then all of a sudden, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Yeah, this is there. Yeah, this is that. It's like, yeah, people, don't get me wrong. They're all fans that go crazy and go overboard. And that's the problem of internet and social media these days now, because it's frying people's brains and they get crazy. But at the same time, y'all not going to sit here trying to play in our face. You ain't stupid. Especially the reasonable and the rational people. We're not going to DM you trying to death threats, or all that stuff like that. But we will call you out. And you put yourself on the platform to be criticized. So it is what it is. Not to be disrespected, but to be criticized. And when we can know you lying, and we know you faking it, so what you want us to talk about? Oh, the jumping into Tahiri, the freaking Peter, Mina, and Tawas. That was her name, right? Tawa saga, the Joseline and Mimi and Stevie J saga. And it was so much going on. And a lot of things in love with hip hop. And so much moments. And the Jim Jones, the Mama Jones, and the Christie of it all. And Erica, Sin. Who was the guy that was Bo Smith? Rich, the Sugars. Yep, the Sister Wives. Yes. So it was a lot of moments of Love and Hip Hop that gave us some things to talk about. So I ain't gonna front that Love and Hip Hop didn't give us good moments. And like I said, but it just after a while, it just started getting stupid. So it was like, but they had moments that was like, even though it is what it is. Yes, not marrying him was the best, because it was like for a long time I said at the end of the day he wasn't trying to marry you. You wouldn't be there. It is what it is. Not marrying the guy and still with the benefits. It is what it is. Y'all still together, and you don't need to have a ring, especially the pressure of being so unmarried. I said at the end of the day, if he didn't want to marry you on his own time and whatnot, and you didn't press for it, it is what it is. Because I'm a proponent, you don't need to tie yourself to a marriage to be considered a woman, a hoe, or whatnot. The stimulation they put on women that you need to be this, you need to have a children, you need to do. I said no, they can do what they didn't want, and they can have a long-term relationship with someone, and they don't have to be tied themselves legally in a relationship. They can still protect each other if something happened to Jim or Christy. It's like that, life insurance or whatever it is. Put protection paperwork into place, but you don't have to tie yourself legally to someone, especially to all the stuff that comes with it. Like the Yandy thing, did that all that spectacle for a spiritual wedding, and y'all wasn't legally married. Hold up. Which is a good thing, because the debt will become undebt. It's like that. But be free about it. Be open about it. Like, don't hide it. Sure. But I wouldn't be doing all that for no freaking either. Spend all that money for and me legally married. Goodbye. got all that spectacle. So, but yeah, we will talk about all that when they talk about the limited series and reminisce about it. It'll be this online. Hope it's a weekly thing instead of or one time, and we can talk about it. All right, let's get into it. Let's move on. I didn't put I didn't save like a clip of it because I didn't want to show it, play it because usually I don't want to play any clips, videos on my channel because sometimes they be like taking it down. I can do audio of it, but I didn't want to put all that stuff together. You know what? I could give me a minute. Lizzo decided to. She said, "You know what, y'all? I'm gonna fight it." Lizzo said, "I'm gonna fight it, y'all. I'm not settling to nothing." According to the SA allegations that the dancers put forth. But yeah, remember we had talked about it earlier. Oh, poor Tyler. She is crying about me. Talking to Rihanna. Rihanna was so busy. Rihanna saying, "Listen, my husband calling me." I know that's right.
So to take the witness stand and testify. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I would look, you would be prepared, Lizzo, to take the witness stand and testify. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I would look fabulous while doing it. But even though it'll bring out more salacious details about your life, possibly, the truth will come out. Okay. And that's why I'm not afraid of it. You're not afraid? No, not at all. I'm not afraid of the truth. The truth is less salacious than the headlines. You would be prepared, Lizzo, to take the.
All right, so y'all remember we had talked about it before that couple former Lizzo dancers who was part of that Lizzo show on Amazon that I watched, selected dancer for her tours and everything. They had sued her for I think weight criticism of their weight and also some SA allegations against her that they said that they were forced to do something in front of Lizzo at some place and whatnot and other things. I don't know all the details because it was so long, so I'm just paraphrasing some things that I remember. But they did talk about two major things about how they was criticizing her and gaining weight. But I was like, a lot of people was like, wow, because that was part of freaking Lizzo brand is body positivity. So why would she do something? Like I said, do something that was against her brand, which was accepting body types. And then just because you're a big girl doesn't mean that you can't dance, you can't be healthy, you can't whatnot and whatnot. Having more weight doesn't mean you not healthy. So it was like a lot of people was like, why? And then they talk about the salacious things, about the allegations about doing things in front of or go to these events and they had to perform or do something in front of Lizzo because they felt that they're compelled to do so and whatnot. And whether Lizzo or her team is responsible for these alleged allegations, we'll have to see. So it's an ongoing battle. I do believe that allegedly the weight criticism part of the suit is dropped because she's not selling it. They said she's not selling it, but she wanted to go to court and fight it out. And she's prepared for it because she said the truth will come out. Whether any salacious act might come out of it, whether they will come forward and say that Lizzo like to go to burlesque dances or whatever they will do and go to freak shows and have little parties. It is what it is. She don't care that comes out, or as long as that the truth comes out and they say, I did not force people, I did not do things to these girls or let them, or that's like that. That's what she claiming the truth it will be, and she willing to fight it, and she's not settling. I mean, that's her right. But how y'all think about it? I was like, when I remember talking about it, I was like, listen, I don't know Lizzo per se. It may be true, it may not be true. This is their truth. This is what they is going forward. This is what they saying. We do know how Lizzo speaks on body positivity and whatnot, and how they talk about gaining so much weight and doing this and dancing and all that stuff. And sometimes we do know people do talk about people when they get bigger and all that. But I was like, whether Lizzo was responsible or not, or somebody her team was saying it, it could be possible. So we're just gonna see how things goes. But I don't want to straight out, flat out say, oh no, she would definitely didn't do that. Or definitely not, because at the end of the day, we are not there. We have not seen it. And we just ought to go by what she portrays herself. And then that's why people was like so shocked that these allegations coming forward. Because I said, I purpose they like some of the girls they selected, we see that, I say, girl, she actually liked y'all on the show. She like y'all was the star, part of the stars. So it was like it was crazy to see how that would turn into, oh, you getting too big or whatnot. And sometimes it does affect ability to do so, but if it does affect your ability to perform or whatnot, I remember it was allegedly, it wasn't about that. It was much about the unprofessionalism, like coming late and not coming to practice and whatnot. I would think that was discussed, but that part of the claim was dismissed. So the SA allegation is still there. So that's what she's going to court for, and she said she's not settling for that. So I don't know why the weight allegation was dropped. Maybe because they found no evidence that was. Because I didn't do no research on that. But it is what it is. I just talk about how this goes. What y'all thought about that when y'all heard about this? If we do know it's ongoing still, which is crazy because these legal battles could take years and stuff like that. And I know sometimes I do understand why people may settle, even though I feel like they know why we'll settle if you know the truth. You ain't do nothing wrong. But I think they feel like it's more financial responsibility to settle more so. It's like that. Yeah. To be honest, I don't care about this. I know that's right. I just want to talk about it, just to give you an update on it. And she just irks me. I know that's right. So I'm gonna say she's preparing to fight with it. I guess when we get more information and we'll see how this turns out, then I'll give you an update on that. But other than that, Lizzo said she's gonna fight it. She's not settling for it. I said that's all right. If she feel like the truth will come out, and we'll see despite what's gonna come out of it, it is what it is. Yeah, let's talk about Nick real quick. Nick Vanceberg. I did not realize he has a long last name. I mean, cute as it all. Still a handsome boy. But so y'all know Nick Vanceberg was from Love Island season 7. Him and Alandria are a couple, and they just become this big, well-known, good couple. And Alandria is soaring. It's just soaring. And Nick was successful beforehand, but his family connecting and money and stuff like that. But them as a couple is really cute. And despite how I feel about him for Love Island last season, I never just I know it's like I love how it is. Glad to I like Nick there. I like Nick after the villa. Cause y'all know how I feel about Nick. I didn't care for him in the villa. And my issue wasn't about I think my issue was more of how production played that season or whatever. Sorry, y'all. People in the cell phone, I'm out the frame, trying to get back in frame. My issue was how the production did the season. It was so much how to put together and whatnot, and I just felt like how the contestants was trying to play it too safe. I said, no, go for what you after. And we do know Nick always had fancy, always wanted Landria since the beginning. We have seen that. And my problem was not because my problem is I say, listen, I don't want to wait to probably you get after Villa. If you would have stayed with Sierra or not to get after Villa to pursue Belandria. I said, I want to see it on the show. I don't say fucking F on Sierra. I said, okay, girl, I like Landria more. I'm gonna try to shake this shit up. I want to see that. I would be so happy because I like the drama of the Raw, and because UK don't play. If they want somebody, they enjoy someone, they can be respectful. They say, Alex, I'm going to put for the chat, whatever, and they want to couple it up, they're going to couple it up. And that's what I wanted to see in US. I want all these plain old freaking cute little respectable games. And I hope season 8 doesn't do that because I would get so annoyed. I say, what were we doing here? Have we not watched season? Like, come on now. So I hope people in the contestant season 8 go for it and stop pretending these little tropes. I want to see nobody being Mother Teresa or Father Joseph's up in here. Nobody say you got to go all out, like bust your pee wide open and split or something like that. We actually do all that. But when you just talk about just be free and do it and go for the process and F all that respectable and stuff like that. You can be respectful, but also go for what you go for. And that's all I was always saying. But at the end of the day, even though I don't care who together or not, I do like Nick and Landry relationship because it's like they doing nothing. She's happy, he's happy. It is what it is. So as long as I care for it, I love how he stand up for her. He supports her and not afraid of success. And that's what we want. We want a guy be afraid of someone's success. And the fact that he did at the beginning help us set up to get what she liked, and then her team continue her forward, and he's still doing him. I like that. So like at the end of the day, like I said, I did like his action, how he was trading Sierra as Villa. But after the Villa, I like Nick. He's good. And Alandria, always beautiful. I always like Alandria in the day. I just say like how it went down as Villa, but everything was good. Besides all that, Nick did fire back at Vulture magazine because I put them on Discord. I ain't get no response, but I was like, something about that article seemed very off. It seemed like they were trying to backhanded play him. And that was messed up. Okay, if you see the magazine, they had people like power players or reality TV people who make a name for themselves in reality TV games and have an impact. And even though we had like people like Tiffany Pollard, she should be there because she is like original HBIC who actually. People coming after her want to be the HBIC. She's the original HBIC because she created that game and she created a name for herself. And still to this day, it's still funny. It's still relevant. So she was there. They had Michelle Visage. They had Ariana Maddox. They had a lot of people on the magazine. And they had Nick there. At first I was like, why is there? But then they say it wasn't so much about people who make impact on reality TV show, but also the influences in a global aspect. So I said, okay, dude. So they had Nick, they had Nick Val. I said, oh, I don't know why he's there, but whatever. And other people who made a name in the reality TV game, whether they are a long-term impact or short-term impact or just recently a more cultural impact, whatever it is, they was on it. So he was on there, and he was basically was wearing briefs. if you want to say that. He was basically wearing briefs. He had nothing else. He had socks and briefs on. So he basically lived damn near naked. Damn naked. And then they had an article talking about him. So we're going to read the article, and then I want to see what y'all thoughts on that. So Nick Vandenberg fires back at Vulture, calls out two-faced coverage at the Reality Masterminds feature. So they had him all that, and then try to play in his face. Let me see. Summer 2025 was the season Love Island USA became undeniable. Because it's crazy because all the people just flocked to Love Island, and it was because of season 6 success. Because I started watching Love Island because it's season 6. And because of their success, it led up to season 7. But then the season 7 had so much eyes on it. So much eyes to the point that original Love Island fan was like, I wish y'all would have stayed back where y'all was at. I wish y'all would have gone where y'all was at and kept Love Island success where it was without all these extra eyes on it. It was successful because there was a lot of people watching, but not too much people watching, if you get what I'm saying. And it became too much of a noise. But season 7 was a lot. It was the most watched and controversial season because antics or whatever's happening. But it is what it is. So summer 2025 was the season Love Island USA become undeniable. Clips from season 7 was such viral sensations that for a few weeks in June and July, there were higher percentages of ambient Love Island content that there was relative humidity in Manhattan. The king of the clips was Nick Vandenberg, the baffled-minded behind the escapable Mommy Mamacita meme, stemming from his utter inability to process the idea that his co-star Huda Mustafa is the mother of a child. Like he didn't understand. Like don't try to act like he didn't understand that she was a mother. But whatever. He didn't know that she was a mother because she hid it. But the real key to Vandenberg's success was his ability to pivot. He could tell which way the island wind was blowing and consequently adapt from ladies' man to yearning twerking boy next door as an early couple turnover called it forward. By the middle of the season, the fandom had concealed around pairing him with the co-star Alandria Carton. Never mind that they didn't seem more than friendly colleagues at first. You see that they're trying to play him. At first, Vandenberg leaned into the role of person in love with Alandria with comfort and poise. Though they were not technically the season's winner, Nick and Alandria, who are still together, were the runway victors in all ways that actually count. Fan fondness and sponsorship deals, Vandenberg is now pursuing the most tired and true reality side hustle, DJ for hire. What's your take on that? Because when I read that part, I'll say, so they try to low key play. He caught it, and I caught it, and a lot of people caught it and say they low key try to play it. They try to say that he's faking the funk. He just go wherever the wind blows, and not knowing they was for anything, and then all of a sudden he became a sensation. I said no, he was really interested in this woman. I think that at the end of the day, what I had an issue was that he was playing it safe with Sierra until she left, and then he moved forward for fourth went after Alandria. But it's not like he just went after her. After we all know he had an interest in this woman since the beginning. It is that they just played the safe because she was entertaining Taylor, he was entertaining Sierra when she came as a bombshell. But it wasn't like, oh, he faking the funk into being with Alandria. It's like that's what they're trying to say. And he called him out on it. And then he said it's DJ for hire. I said, did he always wanted to be a DJ? I remember he said he wanted to do that. or whatnot. I mean, the guy has money. He don't need. He did everything else. He's a model. He did things. His family's loaded. So it's like if he want to do DJing, let him do DJing. But nowadays, he's just a DJ for hire. That's just a new reality style hustle. And he leaned into the role. Like you lean to the role, that means like he's pretending to like the girl. It's like, what are you trying to say? Like Vulture, y'all try to play her bad and have him naked and then try to backhand compliment him like that. Nah. Saying that he was too clueless about the her trying to explain about she being a mama and he just go where it was. He was not being serious, faking a funk, leading to the road to be Landria's boy toy, and riding the wave. And I said, child. Y'all leave him alone. Leave him and Landria alone. I know he's appearing in the season finale of Beyond the Villa, which I don't watch. I don't watch Beyond the Villa. It entertains me anymore. It's not entertaining to me at all. I tried to watch it the first time they came out with it, and I did not finish watching the season. I didn't finish watching the season. It was like whatever. So he's gonna talk. He's gonna be there, but I don't know. I don't really watch Vulture culture. I don't watch Vulture magazines. I know they probably tend to do that. If they do, y'all let me know. If they had a tendency to do some backhand compliments and backhanded thing. Yes, and that's what I'm saying. Nick fought to get Alandria because they was getting her out. He fought to get her. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand probably like people try to play like that. Nick never really cared for, and he didn't care for Alandria, and he just used the opportunity to lie himself with her. No, he really liked this girl. So the thing is like nobody could deny that Nick was really into Alandria since day one. So like that. Their story is what their story was, how they play out. When I would agree how that story play out, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, it's like but we can't deny that he not gonna play it. He not gonna play it up for us for the optics of it all. No, no. So it was no learn to be a voice or no. So they need to stop that. They try to play Nick like that, and I ain't like that. And rightfully so. Yeah. And they can't fathom that she's successful. They can't fathom that she is doing what it is and she's doing her. I love it. Because she's been don't get me wrong, there have been others who probably been successful from Love Island. Like Ariana and probably was she in Love Island? Maybe she was. No, she was someone else, but she's the host. But Morla, whoever it was who come from Love Island still doing successful. Don't get me wrong, but for someone who from last season to soars this high so quickly need to be studied because it had never happened like that. Exactly, not like Alandria. It had never happened like that. Alandria has been the only one so far that really skyrocket so fast. It's still thriving. And I'm glad she have a great team behind her. She had people across the globally who adores her. She's very gorgeous. She's very seems like a really nice lady. People adore her. Who meets her? She's inspirational. She's been herself. She never try to downplay who she is. She's always been who she was. She stick to her morals, stick to her values, and learn for what's going on, and learn how to use the industry to her advantage. And that's how we won. Because at the end of the day, Love Island is not so much about, yes, you can pop out love and everything, but it's also set up to have use that for opportunities outside of that. Whether you would still want to be in social limelight or whatnot, but you could use that to platform yourself and to do what you want to do. And yes, not everybody who go to Love Island could become social media sensations or influencers and whatnot. They can still go back to school. They can still do this, but use that platform to continue their goals. So, and she always stand for what she was believing and always wanted. And she also have a partner that supports her 100%. Through and through. So it's like, and then people always want to attack their relationship left and right. Why you don't do this? Why you do that? This is that. You know what I'm saying? This like that. I say, can y'all leave them alone? Live your life. What about your own dusty man or woman at home? But they can't understand that dark skin. Hold up, y'all. That a black woman succeeded this successfully like that. They can't understand it. They cannot take it. And there's no stopper her. So continue doing you, girl. We support you and love you the way you do it. And then you continue to do you. And glad you called them out for they freaking try to backhand it. Criticism, this that they try to do to you. Try to act like you just faking the funk. And riding the wave. Like, boy, bye. So did that. All right, so we got 2 other topics left to do. No. 3 more topics left to do. Yeah, not 2 other topics. All right, let's get to Drew and Ralph. Because I don't know what's going on with these two, or most likely Drew storyline, Drew thing with this legal battles. And I don't have all the details, so don't even try to quote me about everything that's happened, what was out there. If it's other thing I missed, y'all let me know in the comment section. And what? Oh, Ace was jealous. Yes, he definitely was. He definitely was. Since that interview that I discussed, I said, Ace, you coming up as a jealous individual. You coming as a jealous individual who cannot stand what is happening. Not so much as a hater, but a jealous. Because it's like, what was going on? The freaking intention to try to imply something and whatnot. I ain't like all that. I said, it made you look stupid. I feel like Ralph did everything intentionally. He probably did. And it's probably, whatever he's doing, is probably working out. Because I don't know what is going on and what is happening for him to get so much days up on Drew like this, to be in his favor. Especially how all we know and see him from the show is ridiculous. So now it's like, I don't even know what to think about anymore, because what? I don't know. I really don't know. Because we all know they is going through divorce. We see Drew and Ralph's relationship on the TV. But I was like, how he's getting that? I was like, why are you getting 50% of her check? And I said, Drew, what is going on? Why are you giving him half of your money? It don't need to be getting that unless that's something that he deserved to get in the marriage. But I said, why? Because usually the men don't get paid from the show unless production had the part of the show and they want to pay him separately. Usually the husbands get it from after uh the husband gets exposure and the woman get the money. And if they become prevalent or more part of the storyline, then maybe production might pay them separately. He was the manager. Oh, so that's what you get in some of the stuff. But I would say, Drew, where's your team? Like, you supposed to have all these damn assistants and stuff like that. So who is legally advising you? Because you must not have got a good lawyer. Because I don't understand how he's supposed to be making more money than you. And you're on this show, not only on this show, which I know Housewives is paying you lovely. You're doing movies, whether they're big or small, you're doing stuff, and you make whatever opportunities you have. So I couldn't understand when you tell us you only making something a 12 something a month, like 12K a month. I don't believe that. I don't believe that's what you making a monthly basis. I do believe you making way more than that. And although you try to downplay and try to play it up that he's making more and whatnot, I don't know. Something to me seems off about that. I feel like you making way more than that. And how come why is support that first of all, if his name, because you remember that storyline, his name was only on the house and he went to get the house and bought the house and put it on his name, but then all of a sudden they put him to the basement and whatnot because we was like Drew is the person there, and that was like he was doing backhanded stuff, and they put him in the basement, and he had to stay in the basement, and she stayed upstairs and whatnot. Now we're gonna just court proceeding and saying that she got to leave the house with her oldest child, and he could leave from the basement and go upstairs and be in the main house, and she has to leave. I said, why she had to leave the house? I mean, if the name, if it's true, his name is on the deed in the house. That is his house. But I was like, why he had to leave? Why she got kicked out? Why the arrangement couldn't be the ones? He stay in the basement or whatever. And that should leave. And they were saying that because and then he getting mostly primary custody of the last two, temporary primary custody, I guess. And because she is missing, taking the kids, allegedly missing and taking the kids to school. But I said, what's happening? I'm saying the last because I don't know all that's true. This is all what's coming out from the thing. I haven't read the court documents myself. I know these documents could be legal. It's public, and you can try to find it. But like me, a person, I was trying to go through all that. But I just go for what it is, and that's what's allegedly these things happening. But I would say, what is going on? Because I don't understand. It's like what we seeing from what we did, Ralph is a douchebag. He is, still is. But now it's like going all this stuff that's coming out. I said, is Ralph only the problem? That's what I'm saying too. I said, why he couldn't take the kids to school? I said, why it's only on Drew? I don't know what is going on here with these two people because it's like it's just going back and forth. I said, if y'all both in the house and y'all both are parents, why is it an issue that you only pointed out Drew not taking them to school? Why you can't take them to school? Is this a custody agreement that even if y'all in the same house? She had it these days, and you only have it these days, and the little days that she had them, she must take them to school, and you can't take them to school. Maybe that's what it was, and then she breaking her agreement, so she used that against her. I was like, that's crazy. But then she claimed that she's gonna be homeless, and she's get forced out the marital home. And I would say he must be a crazy douchebag for even to let the mother of your children homeless. If you don't want her, If he's supposed to be making all this damn money, why the fuck can you get your another house? And leave the house that she's filming and making money in with the kids and stuff like that to her. Or better yet, I would do. That's what I say. I don't never tie yourself to a man 100%. You should always have your safety net just in case stuff like this happens. People try to tell women this all the time. Never put your all eggs in one basket. Even if you agree to be the traditional wife or whatnot, don't play stupid and just let him take everything and do all the finance and let him take it control money and all that stuff, be your manager, be all that stuff like that and whatnot. And then you leave, you get in positions like this, and now you get forced out the house. He's making more money. He's this, that. He's legendary doing all this stuff. I was like, you should have a rainy day. You should set that funds up that you make from this housewife or something like that and buy another house somewhere. Without even him knowing. Since he like to be moving or silent and secret, you should too. You should too. So the judge even tell me I need to move out the house. I said, bet. I got me a house anyway. I would take me and my son, Josiah, and we'll live in another house. And let's make this agreement between me and my wife with the other two children. But something ain't right here. Something not right. I don't know what's going on because I don't know what is happening. That it seems like this thing is going in his favor, and I don't know why this is happening. Really don't know. As now I'm trying to say, if everything they showing us is really on him, it makes sense now. Yeah, he don't want to. Yes, he want to play the long game. Because he wanted to probably write a book on how to be a step parent and how to adopt, and then you didn't look at the doctor boy. Drew better be like Beyonce said, me and my baby go be all right. We gonna be all right. So for me personally, I don't believe that she only making 12K. I think she's making way more than that, and I think she's downplaying her finances. Now, first of all, and coming to find out, is he's the one that was not trying to show his finances? And Drew was open to show hers. Now all of a sudden they're coming out allegedly he's making more than her. I said, I don't believe that. I don't. It could be true. It could be true. Because I'm not in their household. I don't live what they living at. I'm not there to even know what's going on. I'm just going to go by what they're showing us. So Ralph ain't innocent, and he's not getting no gold star from what's happening now. But I'm just looking at this case so weird. I said, I don't know what's going on between Drew and Ralph. What we're showing on the show and what we're seeing is not playing K and what this stuff like that. We was all thinking that Ralph's gonna be leaving at the house. He gonna be paying whatever it is. He needs to leave. She gonna stay in the married home. He gonna have to leave and whatnot. Now that's not happening. She's leaving. But now she's trying to fight it and say no, she don't want to stay. And now, allegedly, right now, is saying she's claiming that he's not even making payments on the house. I say you keeping him, having him in the house, and he's not allegedly making payments. Right? So what is going on here? And the house might be allegedly probably going on foreclosed. But yet the judge is giving him the house to live in, and she got to kick that. I said, girl, you didn't even want a house in foreclosed. You might, that's to say, get your money, and your baby will be all right. Josiah will go somewhere else and live, and y'all make a custody agreement for the other two children. Because I don't know what's going on. This is so crazy, and I'm just kind of baffled. He is. He's a mean, dusty ass motherfucker. And it's crazy. It's like, oh my gosh. He is. And it's crazy how people be falling for him too. Let me wrong, that looks like a man, but damn. It is weird and ugly when he does have an ugly soul. According to the court documents obtained by TMZ, the Real Housewives of Atlanta star had lost her latest attempt to remain in a Georgia home she shared with her estranged husband, Ralph Pittman. As previously reported, Drew and Ralph have been living under the same roof since their 2020 split. Since their 2023 split, with Ralph staying in the basement. However, the court ordered Drew to vacate the property, and despite her recent plea, a judge denied her motion. In her request, Drew told the court she and her oldest son, who is not Ralph, could face homelessness if forced to leave. She also claimed she couldn't afford the move, saying she makes around $12,000 a month, while Ralph brings in about $71,000 monthly. In that same order, Ralph was granted temporary primary custody of their children, with the court noting concerns that Drew was not consistently taking them to school. Drew is now expected to be out of the home by the end of May, as the divorce remains ongoing. And anyone, listen, Judge is going his by. That's and then who was the judge? It's not saying judge. That was that was a lawyer. That was kind of like happy and cockfighting, figuring Ralph. Because I don't understand what's going on, but I said, Drew, Amy, I'll say if the judge is gonna make him stay in the house just like that, if he technically is like making more than you, then he needs to pay some motherfucking child support and spouse support or something like that. You go get like that motherfucking pockets, like it. Get a lawyer to do so. And don't try to use me as no figure. Oh, I'm a figure. I'm a Real Housewife of Atlanta. No. I don't believe she making more money than that. But whatever. If he making more, let him pay out of his pocket. You can keep the house. Get your own place. And you can. I said, Jules, you can afford it. It's like still stop overspending. Use your money, balance, find it somewhere else. If you have to leave out of here, because the judge is not reversing it, you might have to leave out the house. So hope you have a next safety net and do so. And in the future, you cross your T's and dot your I's when it comes to this dusty ass man Ralph. Because I don't know what's going on, but the meanness in him is vindictive, and you need to cover yourself. You cover yourself. Because more and more that's coming out of it is more and more is not going in her favor. It was just like more and more getting me confused about what is happening, what is going on. All right. Let's talk about this Joseline Hernandez, because don't really care about the girl. But the issues between her and Lemony and all that stuff, I don't really care about him. I don't care about all that stuff. But, social media topic, and we're going to talk about it and whatnot. And then we're going to end it with the Megan and Klay of it all and get off of here. But let's talk about this. Any last thoughts of Drew or Ralph? Josh is a female limo. Yes. Because that's all I can't stand her dusty behind. So I ain't go back to other posts that she cause it was so many different posts. You see an ex cabaret girl saying she wasn't really pregnant. Ooh, somebody saying that? Ooh, child. Because we do know recently she's pregnant with Ballistic's child. So, ooh, child. So, Joseline came out and she was saying some romantic stuff because sometimes she will like exaggerate things and stuff like that. She said, "Oh, he's stopping payments and he want to see me then and me and my child alive. I'm pregnant in a hospital bed. He put me in here and whatnot." And I was like, "Who is going on?" Because when I first saw the thing, I was like, "Is she talking about Ballistic?" I said, "No, they just announced that her Ballistic have a child." And then I said, "But we don't know. Sometimes men could be violent and whatnot." We know men could be violent. So I said, maybe I said, who is she talking about her husband that they said her husband stopped payments? Then I was like, is she talking about living? And so I said, then what? How she put it out there? She put it out there that he stopped payments. He was seeing his dad and allegedly put hands on her. But I said, ain't no way he would be putting hands on her when she had a whole freaking husband. How is that possible? Unless he's not around. But if it was, she would probably tell him and Billy was trying to go off because he wanted to fight females, so he should be fighting men. Yes, she breached contract. We're going to get into that. She breached contract. That's what it was. And at the end of the day, what I feel about him or not, he is a businessman. Zeus is doing well for himself, and I think legally he knows he's doing his business. If it wasn't, then that Zeus would have been down a long time ago. Now, whether allegations about other than after all that said is done and done, and he mentioned that as a breach of contract, that's the reason why the payments are stopped. And she came out and said, "Oh, he's allegedly trafficking and all that stuff like that." And like I said, whether that's true or not, because at the end of the day, Jocelyn, you ain't no different because you were exploiting these girls in your own show. That's why I stopped watching you behind. Especially that after that Amber thing, I was done. I was so freaking done with Dr. Cabaret. What Ballistic put his hands on Amber and she was trying to sue, and after they settle or something like that, and she dropped the charges. I was done. I was done with y'all. I was saying I'm not watching nothing about Jocelyn Cabaret ever again. Nothing. I don't care. She got better. She do something better because I said none of y'all girls ain't doing nothing. This I hate it. I hated it. She mad someone got her after she jumped others. Yeah, she be jumping girls, doing this, fighting the talent, all that stuff. I said, girl, you ain't none different. And if whether you say about Lemmy is true or not about the trafficking or exploitation of the women and all that stuff and everything, and hostile environment, you had no problem. You had no problem collecting your payments from him. You have no problems about all that stuff when you was getting paid. But now that your payments stopped because you breached your contract, now you want to say something. That's why I hate when people do that. Y'all had no issues when it was going on, and y'all know it's wrong, and y'all should say something to stop these people from doing this, exploiting others. But now when y'all not getting paid, all that, so that now you want to come off and say and come your moral high ground and say what he's doing. You ain't no different because you accepting that stuff and you knowing this stuff and you ain't saying nothing about it. So I'm not on no limit and stuff like that. But at the business side of things, if you breach contract, you breach contract, and you should be reading your contract. That's when people need to stop signing stuff and have a lawyer tell you everything about what you're doing. And if you make a next step, consult with your lawyer. You got the money. So I don't understand why y'all playing these stupid ass games and not freaking go consult with your lawyer when you're making freaking decisions and doing things that will affect your freaking business. Yes. So now it's like, don't come around saying that what she's doing, it was maybe true or not. And then come around saying that when you on more high ground, now girl, because you ain't no different than how we seen you treat these ladies. So don't try to throw him under the bus, say you because he stopped your payment from a breaching the contract. And he showed text messages. We're gonna read those text messages and everything too. So like that. So we got time. Let's get here. And I'll tell you, I don't watch Zeus. The only time I will watch Zeus now, if one of my friends come over, because he loves Zeus. He loves Zeus and he watches the shows. That's the only time I will able to watch these shows with him, if he come over. Because I say, my guest, I want to make sure he likes something. I want to watch what he joined. Like, they have a new season of Bad Boys. I'm not watching it. The only way I will watch it if he comes over. Other than that, I don't watch nothing of Zeus related. I'm not paying for it. Nothing. Of course, they won't get paid for dancing. That's what I'm saying. I would even support it if you do something from that. Creating this cabaret and they'll do nothing but the cabaret, no tours, no nothing, no, like, what you doing? You had a strip club. It was the best to have a strip club. And some own a strip club and do something with it and do from it with your experiences. But you're a shrewd businesswoman that will exploit. And then when your payments get stopped, that's your only livelihood. Because if you have other incomes, you want to be stressing over this stop payments because you breach your contract. Girl, bye. I mean, that's comes to tell us. That's what's going on online. Make it seem like he put his hands on you and put you in the hospital. I was just like, when I saw that, I said, what's happening? Because in a way, he would just do all that. So then he came on. He said he had to defend him. He said, why he was safe from it? He should have been quiet. I said, no, because at the end of the day, she is kind of like putting allegations that he abusive. He put in a hospital. And I was like, no, he has the right to defend himself. Whether we like him or not, he has the right to defend himself. And he is CEO. This is his brand. He owns Zeus. This is his brand. So, no, he has the right to say something. So, Lemon Plumber reveals text with Joseline. I will not be extorted or bullied. I woke up this morning honestly so disappointed, disgusted, and disheartened by what Joseline chose to do. People keep asking me why I even responded while I feel the need to address it. But the truth is, I'm tired of this nonsense, and the court of public opinion does matter. Yes, it does, because people understand. Yes, he could solve things legally, which I think he will be solving things legally. Well, she breached contract, so he legally has the right to withhold payments based on the contract. So that's his right. He could start things legally by suing her, whatever it is. That might be what happen, or what she's doing. However, public opinion doesn't matter, because public opinion does sway what people support you or whatnot, damage your business. And if they in this age of social media, that's why it's prevalent of public opinion. It is prevalent now. It sucks to say that, but before it was never like that. But it is like that now. So what you say about someone does hold weight. So he needs to defend himself and say, no, that's not what it was. So it's important now, especially any businesswoman, any business person knows that public opinion as well as other things matter, especially now these days. Social media does matter, right? The actual court matters too. Yes, the actual court matters too, and I fully intend to take legal action because this went too far, accusing me of making homicidal threats, trying to unalive her or hiring someone to harm her, calling me a mobster, a predator, saying there was a dead body found at zoos, as trafficking, abuse, or whatever other outrageous claims were made. These aren't small claims. They're extreme and completely false. Like I said, whether y'all believe that is true or not, that is serious allegations and he needs to pursue that and other allegations, whatever not. That's what I'm saying. But you had no issue with none of that when you was getting paid. You would say none of this, girl, but now all of a sudden your stuff getting stopped. Now you want to come on with all this stuff. No. Don't trust you either, because you was complicit in all that. And if you was staying your home over high ground, you wouldn't even entertain yourself with this guy. They're extreme and completely forced. Then tagging the FBI and asking them to come get me instead of going to the police with actual information and evidence. That alone should tell people everything. This is beyond ridiculous, reckless, defamatory, and honestly sad that anyone will believe something like this. Listen, when it comes to social media platforms, people don't fact check a lot of things anyway. They gonna believe what comes out in front of them, and they gonna go in with it. That's why sometimes I like to wait a while before I even make opinion about things and check on that. And I'm not on nobody's side here, But what I'm going to go and stand by is that if she breached contract, I'm on the contract side because she breached legal contract. Alleged breaching contract. All right. Anyway, here are the texts between me and Joseline. So I should let them congratulate to you both on this incredible blessings and beautiful new chapter. Wishing your growing family nothing but love, joy, happiness, and abundant blessings. Ballistic. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you very much. Such a blessing. You're gonna be a great dad as well. Very well. Happy for you. You already know if you ever need anything, don't hesitate to hit me up. And Jocelyn said, thank you, Lemmy. Prior to April 15th, I had not spoken to Jocelyn since the reunion we filmed in December 2025. So April 16 and 2026, they haven't spoken since December 2025, right? All right. This was simply me reminding her of the agreement. Hi, Jocelyn. I saw the Now That's TV post. You're still within the exclusivity period. People don't understand that sometimes. When you sign a contract, most networks, even movie deals and actors, sometimes sign a contract with exclusivity deals, meaning that you are not allowed to either work for or open another platform or work for another competitive network within your contract period. You have to wait till that contract period expires before you even work on anything else. That's what sometimes actors, when they want to become like superheroes, superheroes sign like Marvel or Disney or something like that. Sometimes they have this exclusivity clause, meaning that if you sign up to be, let's say, if I signed up to be, let's do a Marvel Rivals, they have Squirrel Girl, whatever. If you sign up to be a Squirrel Girl on Marvel, unless a Marvel want to do a movie with Squirrel Girl, if you sign up with Squirrel Girl, and they had exclusivity, well, you need to be with this person, you need to be under contract for like 10 years. Marvel deals only, nothing else. Meaning that you can't set no jobs for nothing else. You can't set no jobs with Disney or one other like that. You need to be a Squirrel Girl. Whatever movie you're coming out with this, you got to work with us under this. You got to do movie deals. You got to do platforms. Whatever it is that's under contract of Marvel with you being an actor of Squirrel Girl, you have to do it. That's that. You can't do nothing else. That's what sometimes people say. If I sign myself with this, I can't do no other jobs because I'm tied to this. A contract will have that. So when you got exclusivity deals, you cannot work for another competition. You can't. A lot of freaking networks have this clause. They have that. And if you do breach that, they could legally stop payments. So let's go on. You remain tied to the franchise throughout your ongoing involvement and participation will make any engagement with a competing platform a direct conflict and may place you in breach of your agreement. We are evaluating next steps with the Jocelyn Cabaret series, including the next season and potential spin-offs, and may move forward in the coming months with or without on-screen participation. Just to be clear, this type of conflict could affect your monthly participation payments, which have been recently around whatever it was. He blocked that number out. Best Lemmy. So, and then he said, again, hi, Jocelyn. We have become aware of your involvement in Get Money Girls on a newly launched subscription-based streaming platform, which it appears you own and operate that directly competes with Zeus. Your agreement expressly prohibits any appearance or participation on competing platforms, and such as this constitutes a material breach of your exclusivity obligations. I felt we had a meaningful and constructive conversation the other day with myself, Ballistic, LJ, and Jason. And to be clear, this is not being approached in a malicious or adversarial manner. However, the contractual implications must be addressed directly. For clarity, your currently monthly revenue share is approximately whatever. Accordingly, Zeus will be suspending all monthly revenue share payments, preventing the cure of this breach and resolution of this matter, while remaining open to good faith discussions to identify a path forward. Identify a path towards cure and resolution. Any attempts to disparage me or Zeus will only serve to complicate and prolong resolution. Certain statements being made are materially forced, disheartening, and unfortunate, and I ask that such conduct cease immediately. Please advise on how you intend to proceed. Best, living. So Johnson said, "Suck my D, devil. See you in court, little girl, and that little stick up your." See, you see what I hate when people do that. He defended himself. He tell you about something going on, and then you go straight into gay thing. Stick up your ass, suck my egg, and you're a little girl. You got a little egg. It's like, why? Why be doing all that? They gay bash. Like, what you think that's gonna be harmful? Like, why are we doing all that? Y'all straight like you do try to diminish a man, try and discredit him by trying to say he didn't stick a dick in his ass or whatnot. Like, come on now. Survivor Zeus will make that 1,000,000 times over. So he said, Johnson said, "You or breach." So I guess he took away. I think he put, I don't know, he probably put the section of where she breached the contract at. He said, "You are breached, LOL. I am pregnant and you're doing this to kill me, Lemon Plumber. You are trying to kill my baby. If I lose my baby, you will regret this with your life. Release my money at once or your issue will be deeper than your door." So because you think you're pregnant and you breached contract, he's supposed to not to do what he's supposed to do in the contract because you're pregnant. And because what, you have a friendship with him. That's what I said. At the end of the day, people need to understand when it comes to business, yes, you may have friendship with your boss or a relationship, which I like. Whatever that Lemon doing with Scotty, I don't agree with that because I said at the end of the day, that was one of your talent. You shouldn't even try to entertain and mess with your talent. But whatever, that's a different clause. That's different on him. That's what I say. Even with some of the things he do, I don't like. But at the end of the day, he's still a businessman, and that's his business. And he protect it. Because if he let you slide with you, other people will see that and say, "Oh, well, you let this girl compete one other thing. So why we signing a contract? Why we going by the contract? We let this slide." I said, no. So after the day, he going to open himself up with heavy lawsuit and everything if you let this slide with one person. For whether you like it or not. At the end of the day, it's a contract. Legally binding. And because if you close or not, people understand. If we get familiar with each other, if we cool with each other, that's one and dandy. But don't forget, your boss is still your boss. At the end of the day, don't get too familiar and get too comfortable to slack off because you become friendly with the boss, or you go dripping tea, or you do a vacation with the boss, stuff like that. At the end of the day, that's your boss is your boss. And his Zeus is his platform and his brand. That's he needs to protect, whether who you are or not. And because you pregnant, you over exaggerate, he gonna kill you. I said, no, you stressing yourself out because you broke contract by working with Non-Dash TV and also opening your own platform, which is a competing clause against his exclusivity clause under his contract, which you're not supposed to be working to any competitors, whether it's your own self or not. Maybe he did like the idea that you open your own, and maybe he thought that, but at the end of the day, under the guise that your contract ended with Zeus. If your contract has an end, you cannot do so under your contract. Listen, the pot is calling the kettle black. So unless her blank is sent immediately, and from we talk about buying us out of the cabaret and going our separate ways entirely, there isn't anything else to discuss. So let us know when y'all want to handle business. So please tell me which paragraph on the contract I breach. We are in the receipt of your message and will direct your position and We will receive in your message and will be direct. Your position is inconsistent with the agreement. You are currently in material breach and have been placed on notice with an obligation to cure within the applicable period. Until such cure is effected, Zeus is entitled to suspend payments and is not obligated to continue performance while a breach remains ongoing. Your public statements, threats to produce content concerning Zeus and related actions raise serious concerns regarding violations of your confidentiality and intellectual. Oh my gosh! Ooh, that was killing me. I don't say the word or whatever. Intellectual property obligations. Additionally, the tone and content of your recent communications are inappropriate and do not alter the contractual framework or Zeus rights. Ooh, child. For clarity, we are informed by ballistic of your pregnancy related complications prior to any notice of this matter, including during our call and in separate text thread. Any attempt to attribute those circumstances to Zeus or this situation is inaccurate and rejected. Your position that there is nothing to discuss absent immediate payment. Joseline, your request for clarification is noted. Your conduct implicates at a minimum the exclusivity obligations set forth in Section 8, as well as your confidentiality and related obligations under the agreement. You have been placed on notice and are required to cure within the applicable period. We are not going to debate the agreement over text. The contract is clear. Your demand for immediate payment while these breaches remain uncured is unsupported and is inconsistent with its terms. Additionally, your recent public statements and posts containing false, inflammatory, and highly damaging allegations constitutes further breaches, including disparagement and violations of your confidentiality and related obligations. This conduct only escalates the situation and will be addressed accordingly. If your intention is to cure and resolve this matter, we will remain open to do so. Otherwise, we will proceed accordingly. Blake is sent immediately, and from there we talk about buying us out the cabaret and going our separate ways entirely. This isn't anything else to discuss, so let us know when you want to handle business. Okay, I guess they're repeating that. He said your demand for immediate payment as a precondition of any discussion is not consistent with the agreement and is not something Zeus will entertain. We will not be pressured or bullied into making payments under threat or ultimatum. Your recent statements, both public and private, are unacceptable and only serve to escalate the situation. Before any discussions can be considered, all related Twitter, Instagram, feed posts, story posts, and statements must be taken down immediately. If you are serious about resolving this matter, this is the first step. Otherwise, there is nothing further to discuss at this time. Let's get ballistic. Let's get on the phone and agree on a number to exit and order this. Like, y'all not understanding what he's saying. You keep telling him to let's click on number, let's buy us out, and we can talk and order stuff like that. And he said that's not happening. They kept trying to pressure him to buy them out, or it's like that. No. Surviving Zeus Network is coming to Blink. Surviving Limit. This is about to go down. I'm telling it all. Jocelyn Cabaret Inc. is business with them, not Joseline Hernandez. All right. So Ballistic, please have your wife and business partner immediately take down all related posts, including the most recent one. If those posts remain up, I will not participate in any calls or discussion. I say this respectfully. I will continue to voice my freedom of speech. I will continue to speak my truth. Let me, you have stolen my cabaret and all my ideas. I will not take down until, first of all, your cabaret is on his platform, so he owns cabaret. Let's talk there. If you wanted to have your own ownership, you should have created your own platform and even entertain Zeus. Let's start there, girl. I will not take down until we came up with a number to exit, and I will give you full ownership of my intellectual ideas and creation. Until then, I proceed with my freedom of speech and my truth. Okay, girl. Intellectual. Um, Your position noted. This is not about freedom of speech. It's about your contractual obligations, which remain in full force. Your ongoing statements and threats to release content concerning Zeus constitute further breaches, including disparagement and violation of your confidentiality and related obligations. We will not negotiate under threats or public pressure. Your refusal to remove the post only compounds the situation. Have a good weekend. We will be in touch with more thoroughly, formally through counsel. You stop in my little blank mouth a little more, you won't be able to afford your home. Your beautiful daughter won't be able to be. See, you know the most, girl. All right, all right. So the last thing he said, Jocelyn, your recent conduct and public statements are noted. However, your continued publication of allegations, threats, and disparaging remarks does not alter the contractual reality and only serves to increase your legal exposure. We have preserved all such statements as evidence. As previously communicated, you are in material breach of your agreement and all payments have been suspended pending cure. We are also evaluating and preparing claims, including but not limited to defamation, trade libel, and related causes of action. For the avoidance of doubt, Zeus retains a significant majority ownership interest in all associated rights to Jocelyn Cabaret pursuant to the government agreement. You are advised to review contract obligations immediately. That what it was, y'all. And he kept explaining it over and over again, whether you believe him or not. After the day, y'all, that's his business, and he has the right to say it. That's what it was. You breached contract, and that well, you allegedly breached contract, and that's all why your payments are stopped. And we have to believe that's true because she going on a tangent about it. You stopping my payment, you stopping the food in my baby mouth, and all that extra stuff, and going off and off. I said, girl, what happens to your other form of income? You got any other income? No, you gonna go off because Zeus stopped your main form of income, which you was making my money from. So because of that, you better fall back on ballistic, and y'all try to pressure him to buy you out the contract and whatnot after you make all disparaging statements and we got to do a legal way to do so. If you want to be out your contract, instead of going through online and use public opinion and trying to sway us to come after the limo and whatever, whether we feel about him or not, you should have talked to him beforehand, before any breaches of contract, before you even start to open your thing, before you even start working with Now That's TV, before you even open your own platform and work on a deal to get you out the contract or wait after the contract ended. Because sometimes some businesses will have a way for you to get you out of contract by form of payment and whatnot. But you just did that after you decided to do all that, after they told you you breached your contract. But now you want to get paid out. And yeah, when end all this and you stop all the posts. And so you kept posting about more about this, more about a lot of things. I said, so all that stuff you put on online, it could be used against you in evidence. So if they pursue legally, which they will, then that's on y'all. I was like, girl, I can't. So y'all let me know your thoughts about it. Let's end it with this Megan and Klay thing and get out of here. All right. Y'all know Megan Thee Stallion been going through a lot, y'all. She was going through a lot this couple of years for anyone who would probably break down and probably don't want to be here anymore. And I would say more power to her of staying strong, having the strength, continue forward, even all the controversy, even after all the adversities that she probably getting faced, all the misogyny of people, the men, the women, everybody criticizing her actions because she's free, she liberated, she beautiful, she talented, she doesn't apologize for who she is and what she does, it whatnot. And on top of missing all that and successful in business as a rapper and everything, she also don't have her parents around. She loves both of them, so she's alone. She's alone. Like she's alone. She yearning from that family unit. She yearning from somebody to be there, to love her and whatnot. And the fact that she thought she found it in Klay, is something. And I think until she heals that part of herself, that the yearning for some need of a thing, which I feel like that will always go be forever be in her heart, the need for a family unit and whatnot. You don't need to have a romantic family unit to have familiar on the ground. But you know, she can't, and she had a lot of people in her phone that she can't trust that turned on her. And when I saw, I know it's she been going through a lot. And it's crazy that Megan still standing on this time, which I feel like I understand her because I could be resilient and no matter what I'm facing through, I stand strong and continue to push forward. Continue to push forward. So we know Megan and Klay Thompson was this couple. She was proud. She said this is the first nice man she ever been with, and whatnot. He would make a claim that this woman, he likes her, and all that stuff. And kind of find out he just like any other man. And most of us know that a basketball player usually is not faithful. So, but the problem is, I don't know who this guy was until she even started dating him. So at the end of the day, like Klay Thompson, he feeling himself now because now he got the social clowning status because of her, because she was a global well-known influencer's brand name, and he was just a basketball star. Unless you watch sports, you will know him. Unless you don't, if you don't watch sports, you won't even know who he is. She gave him more social climbing status, and now every man in Woodworth, as normal fashion, will come out the gate, have their opinion, and try to criticize her more than him, and kind of praising him for cheating, which is stupid, stupid. What world we living in? And you can't be surprised because this patriarchal society we live in. Yes, I'm a man. I does benefit from the patriarchal society, but at the same time, not every man is stupid, and not every man gonna be falling for this dusty ass thing, and we will call things out. So she came forward. And you know, it's crazy that he had her around the family, cooking for the family, thought she would be longing and whatnot. And it's crazy that's what he and it's crazy that knowing that what she asking for and what she wants, and you knowing that, and this was something that was dear to her heart, to rip that from her like that, it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous and it's stupid on his part. Especially when you could not have been honest. You could have been honest since the beginning, which I just don't understand. And I had a debate with a colleague and my coworker the other day. It was like, y'all be surprised how welcoming or probably understanding women probably will be, or people will probably be, if y'all just would have been honest in the beginning. But no, y'all don't want to do that because y'all want the complicated things, because y'all want the easy way out instead of dealing with the consequences of being rejected or being no or whatnot. Because at the end of the day, if you be honest, someone will agree to it. Someone will say yes. But the fact that you need to have that person because you want to have a conquest, because you want to smash, it's like that. And you just want to smash and you want to hit and you want nothing from that. Just let the woman know. You be surprised at how so many women just want to smash damn self. You better have be surprised how many women just want to smash them damn self. You would save yourself a lot of headache and turmoil. It would have been no issues. And it's comes crazy that y'all have this mindset that women only just want, like, yes, there are women that they're young from relationships like that. But at the same time, women have autonomy to themselves and they could be sexually liberated and free, which y'all have this mindset that women should not be that. They have to be, their nature is to be a relationship. Their nature to care for someone, to be a caretaker in a relationship, to be there for the man, all that's like that. That's your only vision of a woman. But if you take a woman as a person who just as men sexually liberated, then you understand that there are women out there who probably don't want the seriousness of a relationship or don't want to be the forced potentials of becoming in one. If you all you do want to hunch, and they have this opportunity to want to hunch too, if you be honest, they probably be willing down with it. Or the pretending of being monogamous when you don't have no idea, you have no intention to be the monogamous. And you know that most women want monogamy, so you will say you want to be monogamy just to have access to her, just to hit, and then switched up on her and said, "Oh, I don't want to be monogamous." That's what sometimes women have to understand. Like, it's not always for all the women, but sometimes it's like, we know in 2026, we know how these men play these fucking dusty ass mind games. Do you really want to be monogamous? Sometimes you need to look at the Yelp reviews. Sometimes you do need to understand what other past relationship he has been with, how they view him, how he show up. Because sometimes people have patterns of behaviors. They don't they don't just end up to start doing this on you. They always been doing this. It is that they kept going on and getting pastors are probably going through it because women always going to have access to them. No matter what they freaking do, they still going to want to be with the person. So it's no consequences for their actions. Yes, Klay put a party. Yes, got what he wanted and then got the other side of fame. And it's crazy because nobody knew who Party was or Klay was before even Megan got with them. I didn't know these motherfuckers. So it is crazy how these men benefited from being with a Cardi or probably not Megan or a Cardi or someone like who has more social status than them. And they got with the ladies, got their notoriety up because they attention up, and now they got the eyes and the viewers and the people who want to be flocking their asses and being their DMs now because Cardi with them or Megan with them, and now they got their social standard and now they want to show their fucking asses. So yes, they got what they wanted and then flipped the script. And I said people have to understand because most men are like that. You have to come in a relationship mindset that they might be lying to you. You don't want to do that, but you have to come in a relationship mindset they may be lying to you, and don't move too fast with them. And I know it's hard because I know people really yearn for the relationship. They want to be on it. They want to do all that stuff. But sometimes we do too much so quickly and start ignoring shit. Because you got this. I said, does he does this? Like if he had no intention to be serious with this girl and don't want to be monogamous or like that, why bring him out of the family? Like you know that's a big thing for her. She don't have no parents, and you bring your funky ass to bring her to your family like that, knowing that she would take that more meaningful than most other people. Because sometimes they have guys who bring, no matter who they dating, the family would know, oh, he does this. He brings people all around all the time. So at this moment in the time, we probably have to start thinking that meeting your family member does not a big deal to most of these men, and especially most of these men's family, because they're used to this. So she said, cheated, had me around your whole family playing house, got cold feet, holding you down through all your horrible mood swings and treatment towards me during your basketball season, and now you don't know if you can't be monogamous? Bitch, I need a real break after this one. Bye, y'all. And that's what they do. They pretend they be this good standing guy. They do the nice act just to get what they wanted, and then what they wanted is mainly pussy. Let's call it what it is. Let's call it what it is. We not playing on kid games. Let's call it what it is. It's pussy. If that's what you wanted, you just say you should have said that in the beginning. You don't need to lie for it. Megan don't shy away for telling her sexual exploitation. She don't shy away who she fucking not. I mean, at one time she kept her shit private with Tori. Everybody flamed her. So what? She want to keep her private or not? Because everybody blasting her. She said, "Why you can't phone on the internet? Why you say something? You should have kept that private." I said, when she tried to get her shit private, y'all blasted her for keeping it private. Or because y'all was riding for the leprechaun little douchebag that she was dealing with, who went to jail for shooting her. And yeah, he did. Yes, we ain't doing that. We ain't debating none of that. Don't go on my conversation trying to debate nothing. We're not debating. He did it. He did it. So it's like, if you just been honest at the beginning, it said, listen, Meg, I know who you are. This is that. I don't want nothing serious. I just want to figure hunch. And hey, maybe she would say, hey, fuck it. I'm horny. I'm gonna fuck. Let's fuck. And we could do the do and call it a day and move forward. But no, a lot of y'all don't want to do that. Y'all want to take the hard way out and go all these mind games instead of going straight forward path. And if you do that, you may be surprised how many people will agree with it. You may be surprised, but no, y'all don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. And people blast her for coming up forward. I said, hey, and it's crazy, like when they was coming forward first, and he was all this nice guy and everything, everybody was clowning him, oh, he's a simp, all that stuff. I said, why the fuck he a nice guy who doing what by the woman gotta be a simp? Like, y'all need to stop that dusty shit. Like, all men gotta be a douchebags. We gotta be scratching our balls, beating and being violent, cursing women out, putting them in, like, what we doing all that for all the time? Like, why? You know how people still talk about Russell with Russell Sierra? To this day, even when the kids, especially the oldest one who's future son, publicly called him dad and everything, people still in their feelings about it. He raised the boy, that's his father. End of story. Call him all kinds of names. Call him a simp, call it this, call it that. But I said, y'all, it don't take away for y'all don't want to get in y'all fucking knees and slobbing and all. Or you mad because you don't have access to Sierra. So everybody who, and it's crazy how somebody throw a meme out there of Megan, a cartoonish of Megan in a couch, and all the lines she probably, all the line of men that she had dealt with or associated with, and wait for their turn to smash her. Like, that was degrading. Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? So I said no. All the men that was, yes, Klay, you cheated. Yes, Klay, you cheated. Come on, let's go. Yes, Klay. Y'all should have the same thing. Have him sitting on the freaking couch, winning out, and let the men that was riding for him take their turn sucking his dick. Yes, I said it. Yes, I said it. Yes. Because y'all lying hard about it. Y'all riding hard about it. So go, might as well. Go ahead and do it. It is so freaking ridiculous. And y'all criticize her more her actions. Oh, she went through, she came in the line, she this, that, all that stuff. And knowing that this doesn't man, this guy have a history of cheating on all his freaking ex-girlfriends. Every one of his girlfriends he's cheating on. But yet, she's the one criticized the most. Because she put it out there. No, she needs to put it out there. Let people know about these motherfuckers. Let people know about these dusty people. So have a form of decisions. Once you put it out there, I told you this is what it was. Whether you wanted to take yourself to go with that, go with that. Like that Amy girl. Voice was telling us from the get-go. Signs telling us about the white for years. All the stuff he was into her. Never changed up the story. Whether you feel about her or not, she always said this about this guy. And not only her, other people came forward about him. And she chose to know all that until it happened to her. And now she went, oh. So people will still go choose to know it because they still want to have access to it. The rich, the fame, and money involved. That they go like that supposed to erase things and whatnot going on for you. It's supposed to exonerate you from all the bullshit that he will put you through. So I'm gonna read this last statement that somebody put out there, and I'm gonna agree talk about it and then get off of it. They said the comments about Megan Thee Stallion being ran through and therefore deserving mistreatment are a clear example of how patriarchy operates. It teaches that a woman's worth is tied to sexual purity and how untouched she appears in the eyes of others. Exactly. If she has a past, express any body autonomy, or lives on her own terms, she is framed as damaged, less worthy, or disposable. Exactly. And it's crazy, like how a lot of people saying that, oh, they don't want to deal with someone who's a hoe, or this, that, who got too many bodies and how many dicks. So I said, okay. So the people she fucking, that's part of her count. Right? And you don't want to do people who have a body count. And most people are not virgins by the time you mess with them. So who the hell are you fucking? Who are you sleeping with? If you don't want to deal with the ran through woman or hoes or whatnot, when you are the part of the person who probably has messed with the person who's supposed to be ran through or whatnot. So if you don't deal with the ran through women and stuff like that, who are you having sex with? Because you a hoe yourself. So if you're sleeping with men and have no ties to them, and you're sleeping with them, but yet the person you did it with can't be ran through, or according to your words, or sexually liberated, or have a high body count or whatever it is, more about or less worthy or disposable. Meanwhile, men are often granted an entirely different standard. They can cheat, disrespect, objectify, betray, and still be seen as eligible bachelors who just need the right woman or a chance to mature. Their harmful behavior is minimized as mistakes, growth phases, or men being men, while women are punished for choices that when it's not harmful to anyone. Oh yeah, they say the man be men, but you don't say woman could be woman, huh? That double standard is not accidental, is how patriarchy just preserve power by holding women policies while protecting men's humanity. It tells women that they must earn love through perfection, while telling men love can still be theirs regardless of accountability. To be clear, no one deserves mistreatment because of their dating history, sexuality, or past. A woman having a past does not automatically make her less deserving of care, respect, or healthy love. When people weaponize a woman's past to justify her pain, they reveal more about them, about the system they internalize, than about her. Exactly. I agree 100%. The same men that do the same thing, like a woman, have a past and everything, but they're not criticized as harshly as a woman past is criticized. And y'all doing basically the same thing, but you're not criticized as much as the women are. And that's sad. And whoever that woman out there that's saying that she was supposed to be the woman that probably cheated on Klay with Megan, and then she coming up forward as it's not true, and she hoping that Meg would have come forward as I said, Meg don't know you, and she don't have to owe you nothing. She don't know you, she don't have to owe you nothing. She don't need to come forward and defend whether you is the person or not. Klay should be doing so. And Klay is not saying that because Klay is riding the wave that people are high-fiving his ass, wanting to suck his dick. It is what it is. And he gained the fame from it. You know he came forward and say much. Because he ain't gonna stop, because it's gonna be another B right now in his freaking DM trying to get with him. But that's what's that. That's all I say. If anybody else got anything, y'all put it down in the comment section and down below, and y'all let me know. Replay game, appreciate y'all. Hope y'all enjoy and watch what I had to say. Hope y'all have any commentary about anything I discussed. Let me know. Hope you enjoy. Like I said, next week we're gonna start the next book, which is to teach about Freedom McFadden, and we're also gonna talk about Real House of Atlanta and Rhode Island. So stay tuned for those. Hope y'all enjoyed the live. I appreciate you. Anybody come through, CM, especially you. Thank you for everything. Always coming through. Anybody else watching the bushes, appreciate you. Make sure you hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hold up. Hey, I see this. Mr. 14. My Instagram is Mr. Grown. My Twitter is Thomas_Grown. My Discord is Mr. 14. And if you want to support the channel, cash at me, $$Mr. 140. This is my platform, this is my stuff. And get to it. I appreciate y'all for coming through. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace out. All right, have a good one, y'all. Peace out.